So when we think about the question of the fact that there are more women in the workplace right now than men, it's really having a sea change kind of effect on organizations. Whether or not it's creeping up on them or if it's coming at them like a tidal wave, it is coming. Particularly what I see when I'm working with clients is that it's a recognized issue, but they don't know how big it is. And they're really not quite sure what they need to do to be more inclusive, to be more aware, to really embrace that diversity and unlock the human potential that more women in the workplace are bringing. And then there are some organizations that are just significantly behind. So we do at ManpowerGroup a talent shortage survey each and every single year. And we've been doing this. This was our 8th year in 2013. And our new one will be coming out later this spring in 2014. But the last results show 35% of employers on a global basis are having difficulty finding the talent they need. 2% are actively pursuing women as a way of closing that gap. That's significant. That tells me that we are not tapping those under-tapped pools of talent that we should be. We have a white paper on our website right now called Cracking the Case, and it brings out some really interesting threads that I think more organizations ought to be thinking of. For one, 65% of women say they would like more flexibility, but only 28% of employers actually offer flexibility. Think about that, because so often women are the primary caretakers in the household, and we know, just watching how demographics are laying out around the world, that they're often caring for multi-generational families. So it's not just children, sometimes it's grandchildren, sometimes it's parents, right? And yet those career paths that they have are not really aligned to those life events. Another interesting piece of research that came out is that only 51% of women in the workforce today feel that they have an articulated career path, that they really understand where they're going to go to from the place they are now. So we have a situation where we could be really tapping into significant potential, and we're instead losing talent because women are finding that, inside of a corporate institution, they're not being brought to the table in the way that they need to be, which is really a one-size-fits-one kind of proposition. So for organizations that are really trying to get around this, I would say a few things. One is really think about how you can tap into those underutilized pools of talent, which may require a different way of working. So think about how you can attract women and how you can retain them. Think about them as a pool of really terrific talent, because when you bring them into your organization, you're unleashing a huge amount of human potential. The second thing is, remember, and this is for men and women, in this multi-generational workforce that we have today, you can no longer have a one-size-fits-all mentality around career paths, around opportunities, and around development. So thinking about what it is that women say they want, when you've got a mismatch of 65% say they want flexibility and only 28% of employers offering it, you've got a significant mismatch, and you risk losing that talent and losing all that wonderful diversity of opinion, diversity of problem solving, the reflection of your consumer base. So you really have to think about how you're going to align opportunities to each individual in your organization. And by doing that, you'll also, of course, be thinking differently about how women are engaged and retained.